It's David B69, and we are live. It is opening day 2025, so I figured why not do something different? Let's go live for opening day. Let's do this broadcast live. It's just something different. It's something cool, and I just thought it would be something fun to do for Phillies franchise. If you have been going with me, welcome. If you haven't been following me, yeah, you can see what we're doing right now in the standings. Played every single one of these games. We are playing in Hall of Fame mode, just so people understand that everything. We're basically Hall of Fame difficulty, simulation gameplay style. Gives us the most true to life, realistic baseball as a sim and as gameplay. Now, we have had transactions. If you have been following us, that's why we're doing this. So we have changed up our roster over the season. Basically, we acquired Adebayo and we got rid of Walker. And we flipped Adebayo and traded Schwarber and Sanchez to get Byron Buxton, Joe Ryan, and Johan Doran. Doran is a helpful. We're using him as a closer. It says here that he's a starting pitcher. I really didn't even realize that. But I'm using him as a closer, which is just kind of wild. So we got those three. Yeah, I think that's how I'm using that guy. It's pitching rotation. Yeah, you can see here I'm using it says he's a closer. It says CP next to his name. But in the trade, it says starting pitcher. That could be another bug in the game. That would not surprise me. This game has full of little tiny bugs that they generally will never fix unless it affects their Diamond Dynasty, their precious baby. So unless it affects their precious baby, these guys don't notice it. But we just pitched Joe Ryan in yesterday's game. So this weekend we got Luzardo, Wheeler, and Nola going for the Phillies. So you can see here Luzardo is doing a decent job. Wheeler is doing a great job. I mean, superb pitching-wise. And Nola has also been really good. So I'm really, really happy with the way we have our rotation as it's currently built. I feel highly confident, and it's even very confident with getting rid of Schwarber. That was not an easy decision. Getting rid of Schwarber, bringing Buxton over as a nice defensive complementary guy. I got to tell you, having a center fielder that can actually run and catch the ball, and not only that, can hit as well, it's key. I mean, it really is. It is so nice and so relaxing to be able to just come out, play the game, and we're going to do full broadcast mode. It's there's hybrid, broadcast, and fast play. Since we're live, we can afford the opportunity to go full broadcast. Like I said, we got Luzardo pitching for us today. We could have skipped his spot. We didn't have to pitch him today, but we decided to. When I say we, I mean me, myself, and I. Now here's the thing. Foam is starting to get a little worn down. Okay, so this is where I like to use this, and I'll move Sosa. Can Sosa play third? Yeah, he can. I'll use Sosa, and I'll have him play third. Or should I have Weston Wilson play third? Because he's a natural third baseman. Yeah, we'll leave Sosa in. We'll actually play it that way. And let's just get going. I didn't even check our live to make sure it was actually working.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Cleveland Guardians.
I love this, being able to just basically pick what you want.
Eyes are on the mound as we've got a pitcher who's been absolutely on fire lately. In fact, in his recent outings, he's been nearly untouchable, Singy.
Oh, you're not kidding, Boog. Opponents have looked lost against this guy, and the way he's pitching, it doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon.
And we'll be back with the
I'm not seeing anything yet.
About to get started here, and on the hill, Ben Lively. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you know, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
So digging in now.
I just want to make sure that I'm seeing us, that we're live, because it's kind of a waste if I did this whole broadcast. And 1 second here. Okay, we seem to be live.
For Philadelphia,
I can actually see it, so we're good.
That catches the outside corner, and we're underway.
One strike.
And he chases that one below the zone.
Well, as a hitter, you're hoping that the command on that sinker doesn't come until later in the ball game. But if that's how it's going to be all day, it's going to be a tough one for the offense.
Up the middle, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
And now it's Bryce Harper to the plate, hitting a ton of homers this year, second most in the National League. Yeah. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Harper with another scorching run of play lately.
We've gotten used to seeing him put together impressive stretches throughout his career, Boog. When he's going like he is right now, it's really fun to watch him.
Turner runs. Ball misses.
One
throw. Save. Singy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
That's to third. Sends it across to first. Harper is gone, one down.
And I've previously had trouble and everything, and I've clicked in and made bad base running decisions. Sticking with it today.
Plus Alec Bohm.
And Boog, you know he's happy seeing a righty out there on the mound in this one. I mean, over 300 against righties on the year, so definitely you expect him to try to tack on a few more points of batting average with a couple of hits. Should be a good matchup for him in this one.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Byron Buxton. That one misses, and it's 1-0. Buxton launched a homer in his most recent game.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Turner leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. And a swing and a miss there.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
That's hard hit in the line. And foul ball. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That's back there. And gone. He sends one out the opposite way. It's his 8th home run of the year. And the Phillies take the lead. It's 2-0. That's his 3rd straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
And now it's Alec Bohm. On the ground, Schneemann slings to first in time.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball, and then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to in the air, get his shoulders turned, and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
Line to left. And it stays fair. Around first, heading for 2. Well, he thought about 2, but he's back to first safely.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Graphically, that's impressive. That's really impressive looking.
2 hits for him in yesterday's game. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Real Muto, a former Gold Glove winner, batting 6th in today's lineup. He's been on a terrific run at the plate, hitting over .350 in his last 10. And that is out of play. Two outs. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Thomas makes the catch, and that'll do it. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. And it's 2-zip. Back here in Cleveland, and on the hill here today, Jesus Luzardo. What do we have on him?
Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under .250 against this starting pitcher, so it just shows you how effective he's been. He's been able to move his pitches around, add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too comfortable and start squaring up the baseball. We'll see what he's got in this one.
Stephen Kwan, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even. poked on the ground to second. Stop over to first in time. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's the Guardians lineup now. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
One out, bases empty. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Two down, bases empty. And now it's switch hitting third baseman Jose Ramirez. And that's off the inside edge. 1-0. And another ball.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Next pitch in the dirt. And that's ball 3. 2 outs, bases empty. That's a walk. Went with another changeup but missed the spot.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it. Here's someone, historically speaking, that prefers day games over night games. So I'm excited to see what he does in this one.
No ball.
He's looking pretty sharp to start the ball game. He's got that good fastball working early.
And he chases that one. And that will end the inning. One left for the Guardians, and they're down 2-0.
I like the stands. They're not always completely full. I really like that this year, too.
At the plate.
Max Kepler.
Kepler went deep in his most recent game. Lively back to work. And first offering is fouled off. That one is absolutely belted. Going back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
And he hammered that to straightaway center field. It's a deep part of the ballpark. Tell you what, that wind is blowing straight in. Got to be a big man if you're going to go through the wind of that part of the park. It just knocked that ball down.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Castellanos with a homer in his last game. And a curve misses outside. And the count is 1-1. Making the calls behind the plate in this one is Woody Keller.
Yeah, and Woody does a pretty good job back there, Boog. He's got a pretty fair strike zone most of the time. Maybe some inconsistency here or there, but usually he's back there doing a solid job.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. How much were you aware of the umpire scouting report, or even who was going to be umpiring?
Not a whole lot. I mean, there were a couple of umpires that weren't real good, but outside of that, you just kind of went into the game, especially back when I was playing.
As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
And here is Sosa to the plate. To third. Fair ball.
Now batting, shortstop Trey Turner.
So the lineup flips over. Trey Turner with a chance now. 1 for 1 with a single so far. The shortstop takes the ball. Sosa leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Fought off foul. Can't make contact with the sweeper.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss.
I can't be swinging at that.
The ladder for strike 3. Phillies strand 1, but they hold a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I don't play with guest pitch. I do not use the ambush hitting. It's on the screen, but I've never used it. Just I don't see any huge advantage to it. It's all about recognizing the pitch and getting the timing down and stuff. I don't want to give myself any bonuses and stuff or like guessing which side of the plate the ball was coming from.
That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 1.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Next offering is in for a strike. And that one fouled off. Close, but called a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
That pitch was pretty borderline at the top of the zone, and he's not digging the call out there on the mound. Clearly pretty frustrated, so he's going to have to collect himself a little.
Right side, hard hit. Harper steps on the bag. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting 6th, second baseman Daniel
Stepping up for the Guardians, Daniel Schneemann.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
Outside. Ball 1. Upstairs.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Batting 7th.
Bo Naylor at the plate now.
Bo Naylor.
And the slider just misses. That one lifted to left. And it falls. And that keeps the inning going.
Batting 8th, designated hitter.
And next is the designated hitter, Gabriel Arias. First pitch misses. Ground ball right side. And that squirts through. And now 2 aboard.
Batting 9th, the shortstop.
Here's Brian Rocchio.
Rocchio.
That one's in there. 0-1. Cut on and lifted in the air. Kepler under it. And he makes the catch. And the inning is over. Guardians strand a couple. They trail it here 2-0.
If I'm going to give up a couple hits, make it with 2 outs where they're not going to hurt me. So, good stuff.
Welcome back.
Leading
And
off
coming
for
off
the
a
Phillies,
series where the
first
pitching
baseman,
was
Bryce Harper.
outstanding. We take a look at those numbers. And that misses. And that's ball 1. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where hitters hit the ball, but within the new shift rules? Pop foul out of play off to the right. That's off the mark. It's 2-2.
And an area that goes unnoticed is the coach that's responsible for positioning, and then the research person that's providing the information. So what we're seeing in baseball, so many more people behind the scenes that are contributing to the success between the lines.
There's a swing and a drive. That's back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Man, he hammered that one to center. I thought it was out of here, but wind just absolutely killed it.
Here's Byron Buxton. He's already homered in this game. Foul ball. Hit in the air out to center field. Thomas on the move. Puts it away for the out.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
And here comes Alec Boehm. Grounded out his first time. Foul ball there. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Noel has a beat on it. Brings it in for the third out. Offense held in check there. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Phillies 2 and the Guardians nothing. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Steven Kwan.
First pitch just misses. And another ball. And he hits a ground ball right side. Stott over to first in time. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
A well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Here's Lane Thomas. Struck out swinging his first time. On the corner for a strike.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Swing and a foul out of play. The pitch. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. 2 down.
Now batting, third baseman.
2 outs, base is empty. And now Jose Ramirez. He reached out a walk his first time.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
No ball. One strike.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Guardians fail to score. They're still down. It's 2-zip. Here in Cleveland, as we go to the top of the fourth, this is Bryson Stott. And first offering is fouled off. You and I got a chance to broadcast the 2019 All-Star Game, and the city of Cleveland did such a great job. I felt like wherever you turned, there was some type of ad for the All-Star Game, a face of one of the players playing in the game. I thought the city overall supported the event really well.
Yeah, and I think the players backed it up from the home run derby and the show that was put on between Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Pete Alonso, and others. It was off the charts. And then the game is always special. When you see the best in baseball, you remember how special this game is. And to be here at this ballpark, I think just was the icing on the cake.
Here comes Real Muto.
Yep.
Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. All right, Siggy, trivia time. Back when this ballpark opened, 1994, one future Hall of Famer hit the first triple in the park, and another hit the first homer by a Cleveland player. Think you know who they were?
Okay, I know that Ken Griffey Jr. hit the first triple here, but first homer for Cleveland. Give me a hint.
Switch hitter. That's all you're getting.
Oh, dude. Eddie Murray, no doubt.
Bam. That one fouled off. Liner snagged it first. Puts the tag on him, and it's a double play. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Phillies 2 and the Guardians nothing.
Kind of irritating. I hammered that ball.
And now the right fielder, John Kenzie Noel.
John Kenzie
Noel, 23 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
0-1.
Next offering is fouled back. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. On the ground, right side. Steps on first for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. Right through there for a strike.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
Ball one low. The Guardians trailing by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Swing at a ball lifted to center field. Buxton snags it for the second out.
Now batting, second baseman
Daniel Schneemann will hit next. He's 0 for 1. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. No play. That's an infield single.
Now batting, Catcher.
Man at
Bo
first. Here's the catcher,
Naylor.
Bo Naylor. First
Ball
pitch
one.
doesn't find the zone. Runner takes off. There's a ball. Throw to second. Out there. And that ends the inning.
The catcher definitely looked ready for that stolen base attempt. Got in position quickly, and a strike down the second base to end the inning.
That was bang bang.
Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Lively back to work. Center field. Thomas makes the catch for the out.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
Edmundo Sosa stands in for the Phillies. A single his first time. Throw on to Santana. Quick recovery from the misplay. Pays off for the out.
Shortstop, Trey Turner.
So the batting order turns over. Now it's the shortstop, Trey Turner. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Gets the strike. That was the sweeper. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Out to center. Thomas. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So in now for Cleveland, Bo Naylor.
Bo Naylor.
Tapped softly on the ground. Slings to first.
He's out.
And the leadoff hitter retired in the
Now
5th.
batting.
Deceptive slider right there.
Hitter.
Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front. Rolled over it. Put it on the ground.
So digging in, Gabriel Arias. And he's already singled in this game. Clips the corner, and that is strike 1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
0-2.
The Guardians down by a pair. Last half of inning number 5. And that one is inside.
Well, he missed
1-2.
badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand. Probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Got him. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
Rocchio stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. That's outside. 2-1.
2-1. Ball 3.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
Fastball for a strike.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And a foul ball, he stays alive. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. This one lifted in the air, left field. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. We're We're back, and they make a change to start the sixth. The new pitcher, Hunter Gaddis.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So here is Bryce Harper, 0 for 2 in this one. Sliced hard but foul. That misses the zone, and it's 1-1. Cleveland has some action going in their pen. Paul Sewald preparing to come on if needed. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back there. That one is gone. He flexes his power with that swing. His 14th of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 3-0.
Is there anything any simpler than that? I mean, he just hammered the ball right down the middle.
Early, he saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Now here is Byron Buxton. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. If you're looking for a strike thrower, this is your guy. Doesn't matter what era of baseball you're talking about. You want someone that's going to throw strikes, and he's your man. Check swing, called strike. So, Chris, does the offense dial up the aggressiveness against him? What is the approach exactly?
Well, there is confidence that, hey, I'm going to get a pitch to hit during the at-bat. There's some guys where you're thinking, maybe I get one pitch to hit. It's something that I have a chance to turn around. With this guy, you're going to get 2, maybe 3. It's just a matter of, can you capitalize?
Alec Bohm stands in for the Phillies. Bohm hitting better against right-handers this year, so some reverse splits there.
I'm getting more power versus lefty, but better average versus righty.
Ball.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
1 out, bases empty, and a run in, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
On the ground, right side. Throw on to Santana. 2 away.
Now batting, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
Here's the second baseman, Bryson Stott. 1 for 2. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Next one misses, and the count is 1-2. Two down, nobody on. Just misses with that one. Hit on the ground to short. Rocchio whips it across, and that is the inning. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now 3-0. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
Steven Kwan.
In for a strike. Good slider.
You know, these Guardians, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Breaking ball in there. Got him looking. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
No, that was a pretty poor at bat. He just never got the bat off the shoulder. I mean, you got to go up there looking to swing at some point, especially once you're down 0-2. And at that point, make an adjustment, look to put the ball in play if it's anywhere close. And I'm just not sure what the plan was there.
Lane Thomas will make his way to the plate. Fastball for a strike.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And now the count is even. Line drive caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Ramirez up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. Next pitch is downstairs. The Guardians trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. That misses off the outside edge. Next offering is in for a strike. And he walked him.
Take your base.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball 4.
So a man aboard. Now the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, John Kenzie Noel. That's in there, and it's 0-1. Just missed. That's off the inside corner, and it's 2-1.
Good fastball there. I think it was a purpose pitch. Just want to make that hitter's feet uncomfortable, and that location will definitely do it.
Runner on the move. Swung on, popped up left side. Sosa under it, and makes the grab. And that'll do it. Guardians lead 1. They trail in this one 3-0.
Luzardo did his job. 6 innings, 3 hits, shutout baseball. Perfect job.
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Paul Sewald. Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days. Here's JT Realmuto. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out.
Yeah, I want to set up Tanner Banks to pitch up the next inning. Santana, Sheeman, and Naylor, he should be able to take care of them. So that's what we're looking at for next inning. So we're scheduled to put him in the game right away.
When you got a catcher like this guy with a big arm like that behind the plate, it really shuts down the running game. When you have a catcher that can throw like that, a pitcher doesn't have to worry as much about the slide step. He can keep his mechanics intact and have a better opportunity of getting that hitter out with a swing and miss.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And it drops in. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
Now batting Max Kepler. Popped up. Ramirez pulls it down and he makes the catch. One away.
Now batting right
Here's
fielder,
Nicholas
Nick
Castellanos. Seawald in his 7th season, 34-year-old vet, and he was a 10th round pick back in 2012. Oh, and that liner got him. On the run, throw to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. Well, that ball came back and got him pretty good in the chest. As the catcher checks on him, looks like he might be okay, though, Chris.
Yeah, I'm sure that stunned him more than anything, Boog. Always scary when we see comebackers like that, but I think it might just turn into a big, nasty bruise.
First and second, one out. Edmundo Sosa stands in for the Phillies. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
One out, runners at first and second. Swings through that one.
They just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Next pitch is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Two on, one out. On the ground to the left. And that's a fair ball. Here comes Real Muto around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they're up by 4. Tries to get back and save.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Trey Turner now.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
That clips a corner.
0-1.
And there's a foul ball. Castellanos over at second. Sosa over at first with 1 away. Pitch misses, and it's 1-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Tied him up on a fastball inside. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And another ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Where are they going to walk me?
Gets in there. Now 2-1.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
That's a strike. 2-2.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
That one misses. Counts full, 3-2.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
And down on strikes. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're dialed into the show.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th.
58.
Tanner Banks.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Carlos Santana digs in for the Guardians.
First baseman.
The Guardians in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
And the first offering is not close. Banks ready to fire now.
2-1.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And there's a ball.
Full count.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And a ground ball to first. Gets to it with a slide. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out.
Now batting, second baseman, Daniel Schneeman.
And up next for Cleveland, Daniel Schneeman. That breaking ball drops in for a strike. And it's fouled away. Base is empty, one away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. One down, base is empty. Got him looking for the K. That was pretty nasty.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Slashes this one, and it could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe.
He was all over that one. Absolutely hammered that baseball. Very loud coming off the bat. 107 was the exit velocity, and at that speed, it's going to be a great result more often than not.
So runner at second, 2 down. Gabriel Arias digs in for the Guardians. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. In the dirt. In there safely. Naylor up to third on the wild pitch.
Even with a good secondary lead, sometimes it's hard to see just how far that ball's gotten away from the catcher. And if you can make it to third base pretty much standing up, well, that time he seemed to have a pretty good read, gets to third safely, and now he's just 90 feet away from scoring.
Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. Naylor at third with two away. That one off the bad part of the bat. Just a lazy fly ball. Oh, he botches it.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. There are a lot of nicknames people have attached to hits like that. Blooper, flare, duck snort, lawn dart, etc. But whatever you want to call it, it's a knot. And those are the ones that'll make you smile as a hitter just about every time.
The shortstop takes the ball. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1-2.
That's to third, and that's a foul ball. He goes down looking. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 4-1. Major League Baseball is on the show.
Now pitching
Welcome
for the
back,
Guardians.
and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth.
Number
Trevor
37.
Stephan.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Byron Buxton stands in for the Phillies. He's already homered here in this one. And there's a strike.
You know, these Phils putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. The numbers paint a pretty clear picture. The offense likes playing with fire today. 7 of their hits have come off of fastballs, so that tells me their timing is pretty locked in right now.
Corrals it, and there's one down.
So with that fastball approach in mind, it'll be interesting to see if we see any adjustments in terms of the pitch calling, and clearly there's been a need to mix it up a little bit more than they have.
And first offering is fouled off. That one out to right. Noel makes the grab for the second out. 2 down, base is empty. Bryson Stott stands in for the Phillies. First pitch, not close. That one pushed to the left and foul. And that one hammered. And it one-ups the wall. And that's a double.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap, and when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. And that's off the outside edge. And it's 1-0. Runner at second, 2 down. And we're in the top of the 8th. Tap foul at the plate. And a foul ball. And a ball and 2 strikes. That one missed. On the inside corner for called strike 3. One left for Philadelphia, but they lead it 4-1.
Now pitching for
Back
Philadelphia.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the
50.
bottom of the 8th, Orion Kerkering.
And he's been hit pretty hard at times this year, so
Leading off
he's
for the
looking for
Guardians.
better.
Right
Right now,
fielder,
giving up more than a hit per inning.
Kwan in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
1 ball, no strike.
Just
Ball down.
missed.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touching it.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. That's way outside. 3-2 now.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Struck him out looking.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle, so I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
Here's Lane Thomas now, and a swing and a miss.
0-1.
That one misses in the dirt. And that's in for a strike. The Phils leading by 3 here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Fastball inside just freezes the hitter. I don't think he was ready to pull the trigger. A lot of times hitters are looking away, and that one locked him up.
Two outs, base is empty. Jose Ramirez, the next to hit. Pitch is in there. That's strike 1.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Here comes the 0-1. That one ripped. Buxton going back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Now pitching.
We're
for
back.
The
It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the
Number
mound.
31.
Sam Hentges in the game for the first time this season. Max Kepler stands in for the Phillies. 0 for 3 in this one. There's a strike.
0-1.
Not
1-1.
close with that one, and that is ball one. Check
That's a
swing,
check.
now
What
an
do you
appeal to
got?
third, and he went around. That's ruled a swing. Ripped on the ground to second. To first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Now batting.
Looked to me like
right
he got on
fielder,
the side of the
Nick
ball a little too
Castellanos.
much right there. Maybe a little too casual as well with the throwing motion. And when you don't stay on top of the ball and really get out front and finish with a good release point, it's very easy to lose control of it to either side.
Nick Castellanos at the plate now. 1 for 3. First
Ball.
pitch misses. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Movement in the
One
pen for the
ball, one
Guardians. Cade Smith appears to be getting loose. Kepler aboard here at first with nobody out. Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a miss at 96, struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, he showed a lot of conviction with the fastball there, not just because of the velocity, but also the ability to command it on the inside part of the plate. The last thing you want to do with 2 strikes is just get too far in there and it gets away and hits the batter. So when I see a 2-strike fastball bunch up a guy like that, it tells me there's a lot of confidence in that pitch.
That one the other way. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's Turner now.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
On the ground to third. Ramirez sends it to first, and that is that. 1 error in the inning, but nothing more. On to the bottom of inning number 9. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Phillies 4 and the Guardians 1. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Yohan Duran.
Now pitching
And he's
for
been really
Philadelphia.
shutting down hitters from the right
Number
side of the plate
59.
this year. Not a lot of hard contact,
Yohan
not a lot of
Duran.
hits, period.
John Kenzie
Leading
Noel
off for the
digs in for the Guardians.
Right fielder, John Kenzie Noel.
Right through there for a strike.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Just missed.
Running that good fastball
1-1.
up on the hitter's inside. If nothing else, it keeps him from diving out over the plate to get those arms extended on the pitch away.
And a swing and a miss.
1-2.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The 1-2. The other way, Harper. And he handles it himself for the out.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Carlos Santana. Just missed.
Ball.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
Swing and a ground ball. Sneaks through, base hit.
Well, the last 10 games or so
Now
have been
batting,
anything but fun at the
second
plate for
baseman,
him, so that one has to feel good. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
And a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. That one in triple digits.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen, so hard to play catch-up.
Struck him out looking. Now only one out remaining.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his third strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
So it's their last chance in this one. And here's the catcher, Bo Naylor. And a strike.
No balls. One strike.
Santana off of first with 2 away. Up and in, 1-1.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
This could end it. Two outs. That one just misses, outside. And the count's even at 2.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Got him, and that's the ball game.
It's always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark, and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight. The background isn't what you like, but they didn't let any of those things distract them. In fact, they looked like they were playing a home game. Excellent job to set the tone for this series.
4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Yeah, you like to see it. It just dominated and played really, really well. 4 runs on 10 hits. I mean, that's a good day. So, good to see. Not going to watch the highlight package. We just watched the entire game. Phillies, I mean, pretty much did a good job throughout the entire lineup. Kepler is still struggling, and Bohm went over, but all in all, it's all fine. Sosa was nice to see get off the snide. He's actually struggled all season, so getting a couple hits from him is nice. Luzardo, I mean, like I said, 6 innings, 3 hits. I mean, yes, he gave up 2 walks, but I'd rather him give up the walks than have them be hits, because those hits could be doubles, triples, homers. So I'd much rather it be this way. So did a really good job. Banks did a good job. Kirkland did a good job. And Duran did another good job. So in the end, I am really, really happy. And it's like all their hits on the bottom part of their lineup, which means none of their mega stars did anything for them. So love to see that. Going home a winner. And yeah, let's go. So we're just going to continue here